Alright everybody, Big Beardy back again. I've made a decision. I'm going to do something in the back of the van. It's all a bit grey and a bit miserable. So, seeing that I come out to the van to do the videos at the moment because the kids are inside going mental, and I want to be able to concentrate and talk about what I want to talk about. And it's a bit dull behind me, so I'm going to do something with this. I don't know how I'm going to do it or what I'm going to do, but I'll do something. I've got a little bit of the old, but not much. So anyway. Today we're going to talk about waiting times, how they work, how you should approach them, how you need to talk to the shippers and get that all sorted. So for you, those of you who don't know, on the Courier exchange, there's a section on your profile which actually says waiting time and cancellations. It's in the same area where you fill in the size of your van and all your details. I can't remember exactly what it is. It might just be under profile or something like that. But there you put down your waiting time and your cancellation. So I generally, as a rule, do £20 an hour waiting time. I think that's a fair price. It's a good hour rate, and it's pretty much the norm. You might want to go a little bit high, you might want to go a little bit less, but that's what I put. And that's not set in stone. I do have a little bit of wiggle room on that. Now, there's a lot of debate when it comes to, because some shippers put, we do not pay waiting time. Now, my argument to that is, well, I'm doing the job for you. I'm quoting my fee. I charge waiting time. So if that ever comes up, my stance always with that is, and I've never really had an issue with it, is, well, I'm sorry, but I do charge waiting time because I'm the one waiting. If you don't like it, you can cancel me from the job, but I also charge a cancellation fee. But I always try to give a bit of leeway, and you want to be able to work with these people, so you need to have a talk and back and forth, and usually you can figure it all out. So when does waiting time sort of come into play? Now, as a general rule, I think most people give half hour as leeway loading time. So when I turn up to a job, let's say it's going to start at 9 o'clock, I'm there to pick up at 9 o'clock, and if I leave at 9:30, I'm not really that fussed. They've got to load it. These things take a little bit of time sometimes, so I give half an hour sort of leeway. After that is when I start thinking about the waiting time. But generally, you get a feel for it when you go into a place. Like, you'll turn up to a job, you'll have whoever you're doing the job for, and you'll say, I'm here from so-and-so, I've come to collect this. At that point, you will know if you'll be waiting. 9 times out of 10, because they will either go, all right, yeah, it's ready, we'll get you loaded, or they'll go, it's been a bit delayed, you're going to be here about an hour. At that point, phone the shipper. This is important, I think. As soon as you know what's going on, let the shipper know. Because they want that information. They want to know what's going on. So I phone the shipper straight away. And generally the conversation goes something like, I've got here, they say I'm going to be about an hour. Obviously, I'll give half hour leeway. But if it goes past that, we're going to have to start looking at waiting time and waiting time fees. Most shippers goes, that's fine, just keep them informed. And that's what I suggest, just keep them informed. If it gets to an hour and you're still not loaded, phone them up again. Go, hey, listen, I've been here an hour now. I'm still not loaded. There's no sign of it. I'm going to have to start looking at waiting time. I charge about £20 an hour. That's when the haggling sort of happens, because obviously the first half an hour, you're sort of done free. But so you start talking to them and say, listen, if they get me loaded in the next 10 minutes, stick a tenner on the job. If it then goes, you've been there an hour, if it's then 10:30, just phone them up again. Listen, I'm still not loaded. It's £20 an hour, just letting you know, because they're then going to phone the customer and go, listen, you need to hurry up. This bloke's waiting. I've been at a job where I've been waiting 3.5 hours, and got paid 60 quid for the waiting time. They were happy for me to wait. Sometimes you get to a job, they say it's going to be longer than you think. You phone the shipper and they go, we can't have you waiting that long. We're going to have to cancel the job. This is when you might want to talk to them a little bit and go, that's fine, but I'm going to charge you 20 quid cancellation fee. So would you rather me wait an hour, because it's going to cost you the same, and then get the job done anyway? Or do you just want to cancel it and get me gone? I've had a situation where I've waited an hour, then they've cancelled it. So I've actually charged them 40 quid. They were quite happy with that, because they said, it's going to be another 3 hours. We can't afford for you to sit there for 3-4 hours. We'll cancel the job. So you talk to the shipper. It's one of those situations where it's a bit weird, because you're asking for more money, which should be, the shipper might, it doesn't really affect the shipper that much, because they're just going to charge the customer for it. The customer's told them to come in at a certain time. You've gone in. They're just going to say, right, we're going to charge you the waiting time. So it doesn't really affect the shipper. And it does give you an opportunity to talk to the shipper. build a relationship. Because if you're being reasonable and being professional, it actually shines on you in a good light. If you phone them up and go, listen, I've been here an hour and a half, I'm still not loaded, and they go, oh, well, it's 20 quid waiting, and you can sort of go, listen, mate, if it gets loaded real quick, just call it a tenner. Because then you're doing them a favour. They're going to appreciate that. So let me just grab my coffee. I'm talking, I'm getting a bit dry in the throat. Oh, that's better. So it is a great opportunity to talk to the shipper if that happens. Use that situation as an advantage if you can. And, as long as you're keeping the shipper informed, let them know what's going on. They are going to appreciate it. Shippers hate being in the dark. They want to know what's going on with their load. I try and talk to my shipper every step of the way. If they say it's going to be an hour, I wait an hour, and it's still not loaded, I phone the shipper back. Listen, I'm still not loaded. I just spoke to them. They said it might be another hour. As long as you're doing your job properly, if you're communicating with the shipper, because the shipper might not know what's going on. They're not there. You're the man on the feet. You're their eyes and ears whilst you're there. So keep them in the loop and they will appreciate it. Don't be afraid to go, listen, I charge waiting time. You're owed that money. At the end of the day, time is money. Your time is money, and they know that. What I would say is if a shipper turns around to you and goes, listen, we don't pay waiting time, and they say going to be 2 hours, that's fine. I charge cancellation time. I'll charge you for cancellation. I'm not waiting here for 3 hours and not getting paid for it. So you've got to stick to your guns as well. There was something I was going to say then. It's just completely gone from my head. I can't remember what it was. That's it. One thing I've heard some people say is when they send their invoices, they send the invoices for the job and then they send the waiting time as an extra. I try to avoid that, and here's the reason why. Most of my shippers, I will speak to them. I say, listen, I've been waiting an hour or 2 hours or however much we've agreed. Come to an agreement of how much they're going to pay you. For instance, when you get loaded, when it's on the back of the van, phone them again. Go, listen, it's on the van now. I've been here 3 hours. I've been here 2 hours. I've been here an hour. I've been here an hour. Let's say an hour, 20 quid. It's 20 quid more. There we go. That's fine. Or they might go, actually, can you do it for a tenner this time? We'll throw you another job your way. Whatever it is, come to the agreement and then say to them, can you stick that on the job for me? Put it onto the job, the amount. So let's say you're getting paid £100. You've been waiting an hour. That's another £20. Say, stick that on the CX for me. Because then it'll ping up on your thing that you're being paid 120 quid for the job. Then that's the price for the job. There's no add-ons. There's no that people say, oh, actually, no, that waiting. If they've put it onto the job and they've put that amount on there, that's what they're going to pay you. And that's what I do. And it always seems to get paid. I've never had a problem with getting paid that waiting time because they've put it onto the job. It's not you putting it onto the invoice afterwards for them to dispute. So that's my top tip. If you can, get them to put it onto the job. Then you're getting paid for it. That's really important, I think. I think a lot of people send their invoices, get paid for the job, and then don't get paid for that waiting time or whatever add-ons they put onto it. And that's because the shipping go, well, that's actually what I'm going to pay you. And you have to prove that there was a waiting time. If you turn around to them and say, stick it on the job, then it's on the job. Then that's when you send the invoice, it's just that was the price of the job. There's no waiting time or blah, blah, blah. You've put it on the job. But like I said, speak to the shipper, come to that arrangement. Vitally important. That's how I do work waiting times. I've never had a problem with waiting times. I've always got paid what I've agreed with a shipper. Some shippers I've gone, don't worry about it because they're regulars. Some shippers I've never worked before and they've sort of gone, we can't pay you, £20 a bit steep. Can you do it for 15 an hour? I'm like, yeah, that's fine, because I might get work from them again. Some shippers are just like, yeah, we'll give you the 20 quid. I have one shipper I do a lot of work for. They're fantastic, and every time I phone them, they go, they have a certain customer which always has waiting time, and I go, listen, I've been here 2 hours now. They go, don't worry, we'll stick on the job for you. So that's because I've built that relationship with our shipper, and they know the customer, and they know there's a lot of waiting time on those jobs. So yeah, speak to your shippers, build those relationships. Don't look at phoning up for waiting times as, oh no, I've got to ask for more money. Look at it as, right, I'm going to speak to the shipper. If you're professional, you do it right way, and you come to an agreement, there's not a problem. It's actually very easy, works really well. Like I said, I've never had a problem with it. So I hope that helps some of you lads out there, those guys, girls, whoever's watching this. Yeah, still in isolation, still in lockdown as well. As you can see, I'm wearing the England top today. I love my sport, and I'm a bit annoyed that there's none on, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not the biggest thing to worry about. I just wish I could watch some rugby or football or something. I watch anything, I do. Absolutely anything. I've caught myself watching garden bowls before and think I knew, after watching it for 2 hours, thinking I knew everything about garden bowls. But I'm just a armchair sportsman. But anyway, off topic there. If you've liked this video, please like, comment and subscribe. I love hearing from you guys. I've had a lot of people leave me comments, talk about stuff. I'm always trying to speak to you guys out there, and I'm always willing to give my opinion. Bear in mind, it is my opinion, it's not fact, but that's what it is. So please like, comment and subscribe. I will speak to you all again soon, and as always, be safe out there and have a great day.